All right, welcome folks. Seems like we just did this about 20 minutes ago. Just after the boys varsity soccer game, it's time for girls varsity soccer. Pioneer Panthers versus the Renaissance School Phoenix. My name is Tyler Wood. We're bringing the play-by-play action. With me is former coach, still current coach, are you coaching?
First fall off in about 15 years.
So technically former coach at the moment, Don Frazier. Don, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you, Tyler. Thanks for having me.
Really excited to cover this game.
Great weather. It's everybody, coaches, fans, players, all love it when the lights come on. It just gives you that extra fun feeling of playing. And it's a Friday night, so it can't get much better.
I used to love the drama of playing in the rain, personally.
How'd you like filming in the rain, Tyler?
I don't. We don't. We don't film in the rain. But enough about 30 years ago or so for me. 20 years ago. This is, I believe, the first time these two are matching up this season.
I've coached against this Renaissance team, not last year, but the previous 2 years. So it should be an entertaining game.
That's a good ball movement here. Pioneer, with back-to-back games like this, you don't necessarily have as much warm-up time on the field that you're playing in. So we noticed during the Pioneer Sci Tech game that just happened, these girls were warming up on the old field hockey field over to our left. And kind of curious if this is also the girls' first night game here at the Pioneer Valley Regional High School soccer fields. And as we were talking about earlier, having the lights on, it's a little more energy, a little more action. The crowd is different. A lot of people getting off of work and being able to make it to what would otherwise be a 4 o'clock game.
Well, good movement over on the left side of the field. Number 10 there is really doing a good job scanning her shoulders, being aware of her surroundings. Much like the previous game, Tyler, you can see the weak side is got a lot of open field.
It's going to no doubt congest a lot of ball movement on that far side. And of course, if you're tuning into this live stream or rebroadcast on cable 1075 in HD, or just checking it out later on, I want to welcome you to this broadcast. Thank you for supporting your local public accesses, but most importantly, supporting these local athletes, letting them know that you care, you're excited for them, you love tuning into the sports that they're playing. You know, whether you're just a local fan or maybe some family that lives out of state. Love bringing this program to you. Some good ball movement there, clearing it out. Ball spinning most of its time so far down in kind of the Pioneer territory.
I think they're about to turn that around here, Tyler.
You see it. Natalie Rios turning on the Jets.
Got some good layers of defense back here. Pioneer should win this ball pretty quickly. It's hard to see from our angle, but in soccer, the ball has to go completely over the line. It looked like that might still been in a little bit, but hard to tell from our angle. Okay, so in our previous game against the boys, the SciTech was pushing up very aggressively, whereas in this game, Renaissance is holding back pretty aggressively. So they're only pushing a couple players forward. So it'll be a little difficult on a counter through, but as you look, their defense, their back line is playing very high. So if Pioneer can get a hold of the ball, they can play a through ball to one of their forwards. They're going to have some breakaways. So I think you're going to see some goals here.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen the full defense being that far up front past midfield.
And you cannot be offside in your own half.
Oh,
so the defense pushing up that far, they can have a Pioneer player beyond the defense and they're still onside as long as you're in your own half. That's a good throw.
Nice throw, and Maddie Keefe having some jets of her own. Try to track that down, but gets
they got a great
away.
1-2 punch there with Maddie and Nat up front, huh?
Absolutely, two very, very quick players. Man, got a lot going on, both here and on the sidelines. A lot of folks turning out for this. Got some Snack Shack open, some other food being sold. This is the place to be.
Ooh,
nice try.
Hit a foot there. There's good positioning on the defense. They had no time to react. But Renaissance has 9 players packed in the box there on the corner kick.
Great defensive job by Pioneers number 9, Danny Tika. She was reading where the ball was going and kind of dropped back in preparation for the ball breaking through, and she was there and had the opportunity to send it forward. Ball comes loose.
And goal. So good pursuit there by number 10. That was good to see. Didn't give up on the ball. Sometimes you see players, even professionals, that they stop when it looks like the keeper's going to get it, but kept on going and ball squirted loose. Goal.
You just never know. That's why you got to pursue it and make sure to follow it through. Pioneer scoring the first goal about 6.5 minutes in.
Good way to play it away from pressure there. All right, now nice ball into the corner. It's in again.
And just as the right lift on that.
I'm telling you, Tyler, that's a very difficult ball for a keeper to read. So once you see that there's an opening there, you just need to keep attacking high to the corner. It's very, very difficult for a keeper to play over her head like that.
Especially even just backpedaling and having to change the forward or rear motion into a jump is just really difficult.
Yeah, you really have to pre-plan that. So a keeper really needs to be aware of exactly where they are. Sometimes I have keepers throw like a little tuft of grass down in the middle so they know they know exactly where they are at all times. Looks like she lost her bearings a little bit on there, but again, it's just really difficult. It's difficult to play. So that was a great shot in the corner there.
Pioneer in the lead 2-0. Maddie Keefe with 2 goals in under 90 seconds. We're sending it back over to her side, wondering why not a hat trick.
In the first half, right? Get a natural hat trick, 1, 2,
We've
3.
seen a couple of those for the boys. They had one, I believe, at Turner's Falls.
Great teamwork on the defense there.
And Pioneer, also still a very young team with their players out there on the field, but some of them you're already seeing potential, and I just really hope that that can grow and blossom into something really awesome that we can see in the years to come.
And I know from talking to the coach previously that there's a lot of underclassmen starting, so I mean that definitely, as you said, bodes well for the future of the program. So, you know, a lot of good things happening so far tonight.
Absolutely, and one in particular that I could highlight is Devaney Pillsbury, number 20 in the backfield for Pioneer. She's shown to be a great asset as a center fullback. And there she is right there. And it's a white throw.
Good touch. That's a great defensive play right there. Good hustle.
Ball sent through. That'll be scooped up by Kyler McClellan. Kyler has had an excellent season.
So I think the Renaissance is playing differently than probably they've experienced, Pioneer's defense has experienced before. So once they realize they're only keeping 2 players high, they're going to really be able to swing that ball around and set up their forward. So Tyler, we could see a high-scoring game this evening.
Well, it's 2-0. 11 and a half minutes into the first half.
Nice touch. Going to break through. Keeper had a good angle on there, so keeper did a great job on that one. Went wide, but keeper was there.
The girls coming into this game with a 3-2-2 record. 3 wins, 2 losses, 2 ties. Their most recent game, I believe it was against Franklin Tech, at Franklin Tech, and that was a tie, 1-1. The girls have been having a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, their record's is really good, and you're going to see this team improving too, not only throughout the season, throughout the next couple of years too. I was at a game a few weeks ago, and the coach had given a player an instruction, and they went right out and did it. So the coach definitely has a good respect from the team, which as a coach, you can definitely appreciate that, and those are the kinds of things I look for. So a coach that communicates with a team like that is going to keep them growing and growing, and keeping it fun for them too. Even though Renaissance is dropping a lot of players back, there's a lot of opening for Pioneer. There's a lot of players uncovered. It's like number 7, Natalie doesn't seem there's a weakness on that side of their field, so he's going to try to exploit it.
Well, I guess like any sport, once you know, BNC TV's been covering a lot of volleyball, and we've definitely noticed when you notice a spot you can serve to that's difficult to return, that's where you just start serving it every single time.
Yeah, why not keep attacking it until they fix it, right?
Absolutely.
This is great weather to be out on a soccer field. This is perfect.
Absolutely. I love these cool, almost dewy evenings.
You want to be a little chilly over sweating, so this is good.
Oh, absolutely. And, being up here early on in the season while it's still technically summertime, feeling that sun beating down on your back while you're covering the game.
At least you're shooting with the back to your sun, with the sun to your
Absolutely.
back now.
Absolutely.
Great play there by Danny there. Just went out of bounds a little bit, but great turn. Great use of her leverage with her body there. Good job.
Absolutely moving. I think there isn't one downside to moving the scaffolding across the field back here. Got a great vantage point. Not having the sun set right into the lens.
Yeah, it's definitely better for the viewing pleasure too.
Absolutely. Of course, I also miss the colorful background noise that I could pick up when I was over there.
Always something interesting happening.
They,
That's a great back pass. Love it.
oh, and send it
Love
right
it.
through. I think they were expecting
Just
Natalie Rios to give it and go.
Just it didn't connect feet totally there, but playing the way you're facing and just relieving pressure like that's gonna really add up here as the game goes on, and Pioneers just start to see that they got maybe a little bit more time than they're used to.
And as you can see, they're looking at, opening it up. Maddie Keefe was waiting for that ball to open up into some real estate. Heads out of bounds. Be a black throw.
Yeah, number 10's a fast player for Renaissance, and Renaissance it has a few players that are going to be very competitive tonight. So you never know what might happen. So in a game like this, as a coach, you want to get number 3 and number 4. You don't want to keep it at 2-0 because if Renaissance gets just a weird bounce, and all of a sudden it's 2-1, and it changes the whole tone of the game. So,
I mean, we saw the tone of the game change just a half hour ago.
Correct, same scenario.
SciTech going into the half with 2 goals. Pioneer wound up getting 1.
Once Pioneer got that 1 goal, the momentum flipped, didn't it? It was
that was chum in the water for them.
The ball stayed on the offensive half for the rest of the game, pretty much.
Absolutely, it did. And I wish I was marking down, shots on goal, because they must have had close to double digits.
There's a lot of shots.
More than SciTech had.
SciTech's keeper, in my mind, was the player of the game. That's a great ball in the corner. Pioneer gets some numbers up here.
LaPrade, the ball battling to take it back. SciTech decides to put it out and give him some time to reset.
It was actually a good decision. The when in doubt, kick it out. I don't want my players to be in doubt all the time, but every now and then that's a good play. I think it was there for Renaissance.
If it rhymes, that's
right?
The rule, so.
It's always a coaching challenge, So now the player, the thrower, scanning her options right now. It's a great time. Going for a big throw. Kind of trying to be a little deceptive there, I think, but it worked. It's still in, and another Pioneer throw. I think that's a great call by Pioneer. Try something different. See, the back throw is available. Number 11 isn't really watching for Renaissance, so the back throw to the middle is open.
And ball in. Kicked out another one.
Ooh.
Renaissance defense is not going to make it easy for Pioneer. They're going to have to, it's their throw now.
No, but they're doing what we call parking the bus, Tyler. So they're bringing their team back into the box, and when I coached at Amherst. That's how they did it too. Just got to be a little more patient and work the ball around the perimeter a little bit, and things will open up. But Pioneer has such super athletes; they're going to create some opportunities all on their own.
Good job keeping the ball.
That's great touch, great keep. Still in.
Another nice save too.
And throw. Now, it's been 4 years since I've coached here, so there's a lot of new faces. A lot of new faces. All new faces on the girls' team, in fact.
And let's see, I do not believe there are any seniors.
Any seniors? That would make sense then. Good idea to turn there. That'd free up some teammates. There, great positioning by number 6 there. Good anticipation. And again.
Good kick by Esme Moran.
Yeah, got the flank open again. So Maddie's going to have a field day out there.
Yep, Maddie's going to turn on those jets, try and cross it through and find...
Good defensive teamwork. They teamed up together to clear that ball out, or a Pioneer was going to pounce all over it. A very good positioning on Pioneer. They're not going to get through like that. And Pioneer's not playing as high a line as Renaissance, so it's very, very tricky. There it is. Oh. So the keeper did not get a touch on that, so it's a goal kick. So Pioneers are making some subs, get some fresh legs back in there.
Natalie Rios coming in and Brooke Welcome coming in.
Okay, that's something to watch. Number 11 for Renaissance has some wheels.
Oh, that's going to be hopefully the backfield knows that.
They picked up on it pretty quick and squeezed her off, but she's got some wheels. The right ball comes in.
So, I'm sure there's a more technical term for it, but I call them go-get-ems. You know, where you send it forward and you know, expect
through
your
balls.
Player. There we go, through balls. Okay.
I'll help you
that
out,
sounds
Tyler.
a lot better.
Sending it through.
It's all right.
There's going to be potential. Pioneer doesn't play, or at least right this second, they're not playing as high line as Renaissance was. So it's harder to get the through balls in because Pioneer's keeper is playing perfectly right at the top of the box. So on a through ball that comes through, she's going to be able to get to it most of the time. But that 11 is definitely someone to watch. I think they'll probably try to send her through. But Renaissance has not had too much time on the ball in the midfield, so it's very difficult to get those up. Pioneers forwards are doing a good job checking back and making recovering runs and defending. So again, very well disciplined team that they're playing both ways. Big throw. Boy, we're seeing some big throws tonight, Tyler.
Amy, you can push in front.
So Danny's wide open there in the midfield. Renaissance is being pretty gappy, so there's definitely more opportunities to get through there. So I think Pioneer's done a good job at playing the ball back to those open players.
And,
I can't see that far, so you gotta help me out.
well, it looks like it's a Pioneer kick, so it might have been a trip or push from
Must
the
have
back.
been some contact, yeah. Also, you know, the players are pretty much all probably wearing firm ground cleats, which are shorter than the soft ground cleats. So basically, usually all the players are using firm ground cleats, so the cleats are a little bit shorter. So when it starts getting a little wet like this, it gets a little slippery because we haven't had a lot of rain, so the field is pretty hard.
That's true. I think we had a little bit last night, but, you know, it was sunny earlier. All that stuff probably dried up by, you know, early afternoon. Another corner kick. Coming out to take it. Devaney Pillsbury.
So Renaissance defenders have the post covered here.
They say they don't want it.
So well defended.
"25 minutes into the first half, Pioneer in the lead 2-0.
Another good throw. So we're seeing some great throws here. Right at the beginning of the game, the lights hadn't really taken full effect yet, so it's actually kind of harder to see. Now that the lights are on full, it's a little darker. So this is really fun to play in right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's starting to, the whole light, yeah, it's starting to rely, it's transferring from that atmosphere light to the electric light, and plays with the lens a little bit too.
Oh, I'm sure you struggle with that a little bit.
But, well, and this is that beautiful new camera in action that we've been.
Good anticipation by the right fullback right there. Yeah, just took a bad bounce, but read the play really well. It doesn't quite rhyme, but one of the things we says is when the balls travel, we travel. So when the offense has the ball and they're passing it along, we travel when the ball travels. So it's part of anticipating too.
I've heard somebody rhyme with the same word, so it counts.
Have to take some notes.
I think even a poet has done that before.
Nice little touch on the outside. Good composure by Maddie there, number 10. And that's a good read by the left fullback there. So the Pioneers outside backs are doing a great job. Their center backs haven't had a whole lot of work, so we haven't really seen too much yet. That's a nice switch right there, switch of fields.
And I'm really hoping that the ball goes out of bounds really quick because I forget to switch out the battery on the camera. And I hope it doesn't die during something really important.
It will. If it does, it will be on some spectacular once-in-a-lifetime goal.
The audio will keep going, but there'll be no picture.
So we'll just have to describe it.
And you know what? I'm going to try to do that now.
All right, both teams are sending in a sub right now. And Pioneer, when play resumes, will have a throw-in right in front of the benches, right at midfield.
And we are back.
That was fast.
That was the quickest battery change I think we've ever seen.
I'm impressed.
Again, props to the beautiful and wonderful camera that we purchased within the past year.
Thanks to BNC TV.
Absolutely, and the board of directors for voting to do so.
Best board of directors in the land.
I appreciate them so much. Another throw for Renaissance, just past midfield.
That was borderline illegal throw there, so you got to get it. You're supposed to get the ball straight over your head and back. So the refs have kind of gotten relaxed on the illegal throws over the last few years.
Well, I was talking a little bit with one of the refs after the first Sci Tech game, just about how it feels doing 2 back-to-back games, and if there was one word takeaway, they said sore. And I could understand that, but they also
And
implied
speaking of illegal throws, I was about to say the one thing they will call is picking up the back leg, and that's exactly what happened there. Picked up the back leg on the throw, and now as Renaissance gets the throw.
definitely appreciate the analysis. The ref said the hardest thing was standing around waiting for the next game, because you're just standing, you know what I mean? At least when you're running around on the field, you're moving, and it's a little bit easier on you.
And at least it's not the sun beating down 90 degrees, so they're going through all their water. So.
Absolutely. But on that far end is being down at Holyoke High School in a tournament game, freezing on those benches in a mid-November game. So I'm hoping to do that at least once for one of the Pioneer teams.
Yeah, I think both teams are gonna make some noise this year, and maybe the boys are a little more on the front foot with all their seniors, but the girls I think are making some noise for a few years here.
Renaissance making it a little bit difficult for Pioneer to get it out of their end, and they just so happen to do it.
Yeah, again, man, just slipped there. It's just that weird time. Second half they'll dial it in a little bit better, but it's as it goes from day to night and the lights come on and you get a little moisture on the ground. It's just it's not the same field as it was at the beginning of the game and in warm-ups.
Absolutely. Ball kind of getting stuck on this near side.
Great throw. Got a little dump there. There you go. Dumped it back to number 9, and that was a good defensive play on that, but Pioneer did the right thing.
Renaissance doing the smart idea, finding some of that open space on the far side. Got room to move.
Yeah, Pioneer covered that well. We were switching the fields. They were doing it instead of with a pass, they were doing it with a dribble. So Pioneer did shift pretty well with that. So their back line, well disciplined. We call it shift right, shift left. They're able to shift left and cover that play pretty well, actually. So Renaissance is doing the short, long. If you do a short, long, it's a little more effective. They're doing a short pass and a long pass, and they're not getting anyone in the end of the long pass. So if they can have time to get that extra pass in, maybe they will spring number 11. But so far they haven't really been able to. They need to get an extra pass in there because they're doing that long pass without even looking. Short, long without a look, and straight to Pioneer.
Charlie Harrington double teamed in the corner, trying to look for an opening to cross the ball over. Ricochets off a Renaissance player. It will be a Pioneer corner kick.
Looks like number 10 and number 7 were open again in the midfield there. So, it's if you're a real deep dive soccer person, it's area 14, which is on top of the box. And that is one of the most dangerous assist areas, and Pioneer 2 players wide open right there. So that's something to look for too, I think, Tyler, in the second half.
And looks like it went off a Pioneer player.
So goal kick.
Renaissance goal kick, yeah.
So Renaissance has a short kick available there. They're going to elect to go long. The players seem to have a little bit difficult job playing how big of a bounce can happen in midfield there. It seemed like the boys did a little bit too, so maybe that feels a little hard. Again, which the lack of rain would make sense.
Yep. A Pioneer throw. And Another one kicked away. Pioneer moving their throw-ins a few feet at a time.
It's a game of inches. Okay, good read on the throw. A shorter throw, but good touch, good read on that. Looks like Maddie might have been trying to set up her left foot on that one, actually.
Good placement for Danny Tika, and he's trying the shot.
Okay, no, they played through, but no one's there. That number 11's flying down the field, but not going to matter. Great job swallowing up that ball by Pioneer defense. Good back pass. Good little touch. I like that. Didn't quite break free on that, but that was nice thought on that. Nice little flick.
Nice one-touch pass there by the Pioneer backfield.
So if you look around, Pioneer's really working hard. So they're definitely outworking Renaissance at this point.
I almost feel as though if the Pioneer attack spread out a little bit more, Renaissance wouldn't be able to do as much double teaming as they're able to do. And if Pioneer can navigate, around one person at a time, I feel like they could make easier work of getting into shooting position rather than trying to play through double, triple teaming.
Yeah, definitely, Tyler. Good observation there. I think, like I said earlier, I think Pioneer might be a little surprised on some of the coverage here. And what I've been noticing along the same lines you said is once Pioneer gets the ball, they are making the good passes, but sometimes the offensive players are going towards the defender or not moving away from the defender. So as you want to see your players create some passing angles. There's a little more movement off the ball, but again, I don't think they're used to this type of coverage. This is different. That's very close offsides. Renaissance did a good job stepping off the post on that one, actually.
Got 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Renaissance defense managing to hold their own. Ball mostly spent down in their area, but Pioneer is having a difficult time.
Time of possession is very one-sided. So, neither team has a very big bench, and Renaissance looks like they have, is that player on the field? Looks like Renaissance has one sub, maybe an injured player, so maybe two subs. So I think you're going to look to see Pioneer really take over this game in the second half. They've outplayed them, they've out-strategized them, they've out-positioned them, they've outworked them. So can't ask for much more than that.
Oh, no, absolutely. We got Alex Sabin up here, looking for that bird's eye view. Looking to watch the soccer game from a different perspective after seeing the game down on the field. Feels different up here, right, Alex?
Yeah, it does. Back to my broadcasting days.
Well, I'm leaving at the half, Alex. You can jump right in. Be perfect.
Welcome to.
Maybe we could do 3 people after.
I don't have the mics for it.
Oh. One day.
Oh yeah, well,
bring
I
it up
have
with
the
the
mics,
board.
I just didn't bring it out here. Renaissance throw.
Energy looks like it's waning a little bit with Renaissance right now. So I'd like to see a little push here to finish the half by Pioneer. Like Alex, you weren't here yet. As a coach, when you have this much dominance, you hate to see 2-0 because one goal really can shifts the momentum. As Tyler brought up once, you guys scored 1 goal in your game, it really, that momentum shifted drastically. I don't see that kind of momentum shift in this game, but feel much better with a 3-goal lead.
Some Pioneer moving it over to some open space. No one's gonna.
Yeah, Danny did a real good job there. She was defended well, but she took a peek to see where her next play was going to go. So that's pretty high level.
She's been around at least last year, Danny Tika, and even last year you could see the potential. Just a very smart player with her field awareness.
That number 11 for Renaissance is definitely a dangerous player. She's very opportunistic. She was looking for a little bobble there. An entertaining first half.
Yeah, and a little off on the time, but that is the end of the first half. Going into this break, Pioneer with a 2-0 lead against the Phoenix. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, 40 more minutes of this exciting girls varsity soccer game. Don't go anywhere. We got more soccer action coming your way. It's homecoming weekend here on BNC TV. All right, welcome back, folks. This exciting girls varsity soccer game, Renaissance School of Phoenix versus your Pioneer Panthers. Coming into the second half, a little bit of change in the lineup. Coach Frazier had to head out. So thankful that he could be here giving us the play-by-play action. But now I got another guy to fill in for the spot and make me look good. Alex Sabin. Alex, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, what's up, Tyler?
Thank you for being here. You played a tough, hard game against Sci-Tech earlier on, and now you're just thirsty for more soccer, so you're up here helping me out with some play-by-play.
I mean, it's a homecoming game. Why not show up for your school and watch the girls play?
Absolutely. We've been talking about that all afternoon and evening about the turnout here. A lot of people showing up here. Great to see the band out, giving us some tunes in between timeouts and whatnot. It's just great to see the school spirit out here.
And good food, too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I had a burger myself. It was tasty. Pioneer, after the first half, I would say, not only just because the score is 2-0 in Pioneer's favor, but just as far as possession, Pioneer has really held on to the ball for most of the game.
Yeah, Pioneer has really kept it on their side of the field, making their defense not worry as much and putting some real pressure on their defense, making them back up real far.
Well, you're absolutely right. And speaking of the defense, they're pulled up to nearly the midfield right now, really adding to that extra available passes and support in the backfield. Ball finds some open real estate. Let's see if they can get the through ball. Devaney Pillsbury giving Renaissance a run for their money. Good battle for the ball. It goes wide. Danny Tika's there, has some open space to figure out what to do. Trying to find Nat Rios. And Alex, generally overall, how's your team doing as far as I don't bring this up only to just kind of harp on a tough thing, but you guys took your first loss of the season today. Earlier on, just how are the guys doing?
I mean, it's definitely disappointing. Won't have an undefeated season this year, so definitely hang some heads over that. But, gonna have 3 straight practices next week, and next game is Smith Academy, and we got to focus on that. So not too stressed about it, because it's only 1 loss. Every team has at least 1 loss in the state. So, yeah, just got to look forward to Smith Academy next Thursday.
No, and those are some really key details there. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, you have a lot of time until your next game, so you have time to rest, you have time to practice, and it's playing against the team that you've seen before. You guys battled, came out with a great win against them. If you want to remind me, it was a 1-0 win?
No, we beat them 4-1. We
4-1, Smith Academy?
Yeah.
I must be misremembering that.
We really went at them the first half and really took them out of their game. And after the first half, you could just see Smith Academy was just not in it and couldn't overcome the Pioneer defense. Mm-hmm. And the great pressure we forced on their keeper there that allowed 4 goals there. But just like we saw in Sci-Tech, the first game is only going to make them even hungrier the second one. I mean, they know they're as good as us, and we're the #1 team right now in Western Mass, and if they want to beat the best, they got to come after us, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely. You know what? I guess, I'm sure that there's a phrase out there that people say, but, whoever's on top is always the one that's the target. So, you guys are gonna, as you continue to be #1 in your division, you're gonna be the target to beat for sure.
Yeah, I think it's especially painful after you lose to that team too, especially in that fashion, a 3-goal deficit.
Well, of course, you're coming off of, wasn't the last game. I would say you guys played them, what, 2 games ago at their home field, and you came away with a 3-0 win?
Who?
SciTech?
Yes, we did beat them 3-0. Played really good against them that game. Really took them out of
Ball
their game.
crossed over, goes through. No one's there to get the final tap. Ball heads out of bounds. It will be a... I haven't seen the signal yet. I am assuming it's a corner kick for Pioneer. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so in that game, we really took them out of their game early and scored, I believe, 2 goals in the first half there. And that's really what we didn't do today. We didn't have the best first half. They really controlled the game. And yeah, that's why it was such a tough deficit to overcome in the second half. And that's why we ended up losing the game.
Well, it was a great game to watch, even if the W didn't come through. Pillsbury with the cross. Oh, Nat Rios getting that head on there. Undeterred, but couldn't get the geometry right. Ball heads over the crossbeam and out of bounds. Renaissance goal kick.
That was a great corner there, though. Right on the money, just off target there by Natalie.
I don't think, horizontally speaking, I don't think Natalie had to move much. She just needed to go off the ground and
Perfectly
make connection with
placed.
the ball. Yeah. Tough but smart call there, letting the ball trail out to get the possession on the throw-in. Ball sent through. Colin will come out, make swift work of putting the ball into some open space on the far side. Be a Renaissance throw-in.
It's going to be interesting how aggressive Renaissance is going to get here. Still early in the second half, but you got to get some offense going here in the late stages of the game.
Absolutely. For the first half, me and Don were talking about how Renaissance is playing a minimal forward attack. But that later, a little bit of a breakaway, shot on goal, puts it down for a goal. Number 14 on Pioneer. I'm going to mispronounce this. Dzali.
Actually, the person you didn't know.
Yes,
That's a
so
half
one
break.
person. What happens is I take previous games and jot down the same roster on there, and I just so happen to notice a different number jersey out there that I wasn't seeing on the sheet. So that forced me to investigate, and it's just a last-second screaming match right before we came back from the half. But I'm gonna have to get a little more familiar with this player now that she's got one in the books. Pioneer now leading 3-0 after about 8 minutes into the second half.
I mean, yeah, that was just a great transition from defense to offense there. Pioneer, as soon as they got the ball, they looked upfield and saw she had a wide open lane in between 3 defenders. Beautiful through ball, and led her to the open score there, 1-on-1 with the goalie.
Pioneer coach not too happy about a pushing call that never was.
I mean, Pioneer ended up with the ball anyway, so.
Right, that is true. But no, Alex, you're down there on the field. What would you say is the consensus about that kind of physicality? You guys just feel like do it until they call it.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. You got to be aggressive. That's the main thing. That's why we came out with a different strategy against Side Tech the second half. We weren't being physical enough the first half, and then the second half we put the physicality on them, and they tried to match us, but they matched us too much and ended up with all those penalties. So that's how you take a good team like Side Tech out of their game, just with being physical with them and, just take them out of their game.
I also wonder if soccer, similarity between like soccer and basketball, and you do commentary with us for basketball. A lot of times you start to notice once you start to get tired later on in the game, your fouls and stuff like that winds up, I don't want to use the word sloppy, but you're less precise on them because you're just getting tired. You're not the precision isn't there. And I wonder if the same thing is true out here.
I don't know. Personally, I think it's kind of the other way around.
Really?
I mean, look at the professionals. Always the goals
Rios.
are at the end of the game. And there's a reason, because they go all out through the whole thing, and then they're tired. So then the offense takes advantage of that, and that's when they attack the goalie and score the goals. So I actually think it's kind of the opposite, personally.
Things get more precise on it.
It's definitely more offensive heavy at the end of the game. That's how I'll phrase it.
That's fair enough.
I mean, you
It's an
saw
interesting
us
discussion. Yeah,
last
absolutely.
game. We put so many shots on goal.
You're absolutely right. Renaissance making some forward progress. Gets knocked out of bounds by Pioneer. It'll be a Renaissance throw.
Yeah, actually, recently I went to a New England Revolution game last Saturday. They were playing Nashville FC.
It's your first time?
Yeah, my first MLS game, and it was definitely a cool experience. But Nashville ended up allowing a goal in the 86th minute as New England got a header, actually, to score the go-ahead goal and won 1-0.
Oh, that's amazing. And this is down at Gillette, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was cool visiting there. My first time there in 5 years.
Oh, wow.
I went to a Patriots during their glory days with Tom Brady and all that. Actually, the last year they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm pretty lucky I got to see him at the peak of his powers.
Absolutely. The second ring he won, I went to a regular season game. I want to say 2004.
2003. 2003.
Okay.
Yep.
Just remember it was the season where they only had 2 losses. Bledsoe was playing for Buffalo.
Yep.
Because that's who was playing. So Bledsoe was in.
Didn't they kill them that game, I believe?
Yeah, it was a very one-sided game. And it was also an absolute freezing game. It was later on in December. Needed a Sherpa and an oxygen tank to get up to our seats, but it was awesome to be there. Pioneer with a cross finds Natalie Rios. Rios with a shot. Goes wide and out of bounds. Renaissance kick. And in case you're just tuning in, as I love to tell you, thank you so much for tuning in. Watching this on live streamed on YouTube, broadcast on HD 1075 on cable. Ball heads out of bounds. It'll be a black throw. Danny Tika taking the ball with some open space. getting a real battle for it.
Little risky decision there, not playing it back there, and
Both those players were running side by side. Looked like she was having. They were both just evenly matched. Another throw for Pioneer.
Pioneer has a chance to really set the game to a victory here if they get to a 4-score lead.
Well, so far they've had a few opportunities, but Pioneer just figuring out a couple of nice, precise passes. They could make this a 4-0 game.
But yeah, back to the Revolution game. It's crazy how different they play than high school soccer. It's a lot more passing.
Maddie Keefe with the cross. Matt Rios is there. Ball threaded through like a needle. And she just so happened to come through and get that kick into the back of the net, and Pioneer leads 4-0. Sorry to interrupt, Alex.
Yeah, that was
something was brewing, and it definitely was.
Yeah, that was a great pass there. Beautiful through ball there in between the defenders, and saw Natalie wide open for an easy shot there. Great play there by Pioneer.
And very good job being there. I feel like it would have been very disappointing to have something like that happen and not have another player there, and that's why I don't know, it's got to be like a just instinct of, like, you see somebody going down the side, who's coming up the middle to be ready for it.
And yeah, Natalie was good there, planted herself away from the defenders so she could have an easy shot right there for the Pioneer player to find her.
Absolutely right. I don't think it was necessarily expected that the ball was going to make it through all of that defense. It just rolled in just the right way to be able to make its way through. But that's kind of similar to, like, when you take a shot on goal and the ball comes at the goalie. You gotta assume that it might pop down off him, and the ball gets crossed over, and no one's there to make the connection.
Almost
but it's
saw
still
it
Pioneer
again.
ball. Charlie Harrington puts the ball in there again, but gets snagged up by the Renaissance goalkeeper.
Yeah, we almost saw it again there. You saw
We
two
did.
Pioneer players wide open there.
Absolutely. And oh yeah, something I was talking about is you know, you got to play like every time the ball goes at the goalie, it's going to be something that might pop out of their hands. And, you know, you should just never assume it's going to be an easy grab for them.
Yeah, especially with the ball coming at you that fast.
Absolutely. And you just, you know, 9 times out of 10, a good goalie will snatch it up, no problem. But you got
Almost
to
there.
run up there, you know, like the ball is going to pop out every time, because you just never know when it's going to happen. Black throw on the far side. Pioneer throw on the far side. Oh, I apologize. Saw a Pioneer player holding it. It's a Renaissance throw.
Good defense here by Pioneer, not allowing any pressure for their goalkeeper.
And no, I would say the ball has frequently been cluttering on this far side. And I would honestly chalk that up to just the, the average person is right-footed, so naturally you would gravitate towards the far side for this. But a lot of this back and forth with the ball usually has to do with a lot of possession clutter over there. And, there's plenty of open pitch on this side. And I think that Pioneer, especially the backfield, has an opportunity with the ball. If they're able to switch it up and maybe hand it off to, a player out there with some jets, I think we could have some uncontested attacks on the goal.
I mean, we just saw the last goal there. She got it to the left corner there, wide open, and crossed it easily there. I mean, if you have attacks like that, you're going to do good in the ball game.
Absolutely. The ball is sent through. Ball heads out of bounds before McClellan can get to it. It'll be a goal kick. But not before we get some subs. Nice shot out there. Renaissance comes up with the ball, has a little bit of room to move, takes a shot, gets knocked down, and then trapped by Kyler McClellan. Nice save. And those are the kind of things that we were just talking about. Renaissance should have been right in there, ready to attack that.
Yeah, Pioneer didn't do a good job packing the middle there and forcing her to pass it outside. They left the middle open and allowed an open shot there.
And a handball from Pioneer.
I would really pack the middle here. All their players seem to be going in the inside here.
Well, at least they're not backing up too much. They're making sure to keep the offsides outside of the box. Nice save by Kyler McClellan. Well, there's that follow-up we were talking about. Good job on Renaissance.
Almost looked like she dribbled it there.
Yeah. Pioneer switching it up a little bit. Oh, good protection by number 10. Ziva Andrews. Charlie Harrington, good move, has some open real estate. She's going to look to cross it. Some good hustle by the Renaissance defense. And slide tackle from the back, I believe. Renaissance player. Looks like she came down a little hard. Anyway, hopefully she's all right. Maybe just a little shock of it. And it's an ankle. Hope she's able to get up on her own feet. Don't like seeing anybody injured.
Maybe got kicked in the shins there or something like that.
Well, I was kind of half looking ahead of the play, but it looked like she did a slide tackle a little bit from the back. And I don't know what kind of connection she had made with Jalen Bliski, who had the ball on Pioneer at the moment. But, looks like it could just be a little shock. Could be a rolled ankle. I know in my day I've had my cleats kind of catch on the grass, you know what I mean? And then it kind of winds up almost feels like Velcro, and it just bends you in a weird way after your cleat gets caught.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's all right. But let's see. Haven't really had an opportunity to talk about this, Alex, but this might be a good time to take a look into the future. See what we got. Actually, next week is kind of a quiet week, as you've alluded to with the practices that you guys have. Across the sports, volleyball, girls varsity soccer, boys varsity soccer, there could be some games, but they're all away, minus something next Thursday on the 10th. It's going to be volleyball. Pioneer taking on Franklin Tech right here at Messer Gymnasium. So we'll be bringing you that game, but it's kind of weird to have like a 7-day span of no sports going on. Oh, and she's back up on her feet. That's great to see. Awesome. Hopefully she will be all right. Maybe we'll see her back out on the field for this game, but if not, I hope she'll be fine to be back on the field in future games and that this isn't any lasting injury for her season. So yeah, we got that. We got that going on, and then plenty of sports in the next couple of weeks. But theoretically, we really only have 3 more weeks of regular season sports. I should have stopped the time for a little while.
Yeah, this week for us is really like a bye week almost for us. A perfect timing after the loss today. Chance to regroup with the team and look forward to Thursday against Smith Academy.
And how many games did you have this week total? You had the 2 home games Wednesday and today. Do you have any more?
Yeah, we also had a game Monday.
That's a tough week. 3 games in a week.
I don't know why I'm forgetting. Oh, we played Turners. We played Turners and beat them 2-0.
That's right. That was here. Yeah, so you guys have had a busy week. You deserve a little bit of rest and practice.
Yeah.
Matt Rios gets tied up, and she'll get the call. No doubt, Pioneer is going to look to formulate some sort of, high arching through ball. A goal kick for Renaissance. Goes out wide. Devaney Pillsbury trying to weed through. Tico looking to put the ball back within shooting range. Ball heading into deep Pioneer territory. They'll take it out wide. Clear it.
Wonder why Renaissance isn't putting more pressure on their defense right now. Only having 4, well, at the time only 2, but now 4 people on offense here. Little interesting decision here.
I think even at the beginning of the game, if I remember correctly, they were playing heavily on the defense end. Oh, nice idea. Just a little too much mustard on that first contact. Let's try it again. Pillsbury puts it through. No one's really there to get to it. Renaissance goalie gets to it first. And not sure if it's just getting tired. I would say that there's things are a little bit quiet on the field. And I don't just mean from the fans, I mean the communication from players, just making them aware of where people are, what's happening, just seeing just a little bit less communication that I think they need out there. Pioneer with the throw-in. It's headed to Rios. It's going to be another Pioneer throw. Going to put the ball through. Got a little too much English on it. That's got a head out of bounds. And a timeout is called.
Renaissance trying to regroup here, trying to get something positive out of this game with 10 minutes left of the game here.
Well, with a 4-0 lead for Pioneer, it's going to be a very steep hill for Renaissance to work on, but it is not outside of the realm of possibility. They're just really going to have to play some real aggressive forward ball. But I got to be honest, this last, 10 minutes of the game, so far, I just feel as though some players are a little bit tired. We were talking about during the first half about how Pioneer was playing a lot of, not bunched, but like a lot in the center on their attack. And that was allowing Renaissance, who has more players playing back, to allow for easy double man coverage and things of that nature. And so I think what that wound up doing was making Pioneer work harder than they needed to. If they were to spread out a little bit more and take some of the players with them, I think Pioneer can do a great job. Pioneer can do a great job with the one-on-one game, but that's only if they kind of, spread it out and not allow the defense to be able to easily double team their possession.
And you've seen really good passes here too, like these 2 goals that they scored here. One of them was from a beautiful through pass from half court, and the other one was from the corner there. Great cross play there that set 2 wide open goals close to the net.
Oh, you're spot on, Alex. So I guess one thing I'm saying is that with a little more spreading out will allow Pioneer to not tire themselves out as much, because they'll be able to have a little bit more breathing room with their ball possession. And it'll be a Renaissance throw. We're now in under 10 minutes of regulation play. Renaissance getting to it first. We're going to put it through. Pioneer takes over. Ball goes out of bounds. Another Renaissance throw. Ball inside the goal box. Pioneer needing to clear it out of there, and does so.
Renaissance has a good scoring chance here.
And Renaissance will do some substituting.
G, mark the 9.
Pioneer clears it.
Oh, Renaissance here. Good. Oh,
Renaissance knocking. Looking to cross it over. It's cleared out by the Pioneer defense. And out of bounds off Renaissance. Pioneer throw just shy of midfield.
that was good defense there by Pioneer, blocking them out from the middle so she wouldn't have a good shot on goal. And just kicking it out of bounds there, making Renaissance lose time here with only 7 minutes left.
And Pioneer definitely has the luxury to play a very drawn back, very conservative playing on the field. I mean, when you have a score of 4-0, you can afford to kind of play back and fortify your defense and just really make sure that nothing gets through. Pioneer inching their way down through throws. Another Pioneer throw. Comes through Pillsbury. Pops it up to Keefe. Taken away by Renaissance.
Let's go. Kick the ball. All right, saddle. You got time.
Listen through to the outside. Good passing.
Renaissance player got whacked in the face there.
Hopefully she's all right. No one likes taking a ball to the face. Nice scoop up by Kyler McClellan. Good judgment there as the keeper. And a handball is called on Renaissance. It'll be a Pioneer kick. Nice through ball. But no one's going to get there before the keeper does. Maddie Keefe looking for Pillsbury. Nice idea. Interrupted by the Phoenix defense. Taking the ball out. Not before Pioneer can change it up. Try the attack again. Nice try there. Pioneer will have a number of subs.
Got a good back and forth game going on right now.
Absolutely. Right now, I feel like a lot of the game is being played like right in the middle of the field. Towards the middle. Mystic Glen getting the ball out of there. Nice idea by Ziva Andrews, switching it over. Kelly Harrington having some real estate, sends it forward, finds Pillsbury. She's going to take it over towards the corner and look for the cross. Renaissance clears it out. The Renaissance throw over near the Pioneer bench. Looking at 2.5 minutes left in regulation play. Another throw for the Phoenix. Said it earlier on in the game before you were here, Alex. I don't agree with the Oxford Dictionary on this one. Phoenix just doesn't sound like a word that's both singular and plural. You know, like the way deer is, or geese, or well, not geese, but you know what I mean, where the same word is the singular and plural. Nice through ball, finding Maddie Keefe. She's going to take a shot on goal. Leaves it low, kicked away by the goalkeeper. Going to look to put the ball back in for shooting opportunity. Renaissance has some open space. Nice job by Mystic Glen interrupting that attack. Ball put forward there. Renaissance gets to it. And ball goes out of bounds off of Renaissance. It'll be a Pioneer throw. And that is the end of the game. Slightly off on the score, on the time. But that is it. Pioneer Girls Varsity comes away with a win, 4-0 over the Renaissance School. Alex, you've been watching this game but commentating for about half of it. How do you feel things went? What are some positives that you saw?
I thought we really controlled the game. I like how we were on their side most of the time. Our possession time was through the roof. We made them play our game. And yeah, we forced them to be really defensive today and not force much pressure on our defense. And that's how we came out with the win. We forced a lot of pressure on their goalkeeper, and yeah, shots went in.
Well, I couldn't agree more with you. Pioneer did a fantastic job, as you said, controlling the game. You know, having possession of the ball, they just did a great job. Came out here ready for it, and yeah, and that is it for this homecoming doubleheader Friday afternoon evening. Alex, thank you so much for joining me in this, and of course, thank you to Coach Don Frazier for coming in and also offering his expertise. But for now, that is going to be it for us here. And you know, wishing you, Alex, and the rest of the student body a wonderful rest of your homecoming weekend. You have a dance coming up tomorrow night. Hope everything is fine, and as the kids say, hope you guys get jiggy with it.
Hey.
And kids still saying that nowadays?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It is. It's just.
I'm gonna
so
get
old
jiggy
it came
for you,
back.
Tyler.
Thank you. You know what? I appreciate that. If everyone could get jiggy and say, "This is for Tyler." I would feel weird.
Are you going to be the DJ tomorrow?
I am not DJing. No.
Damn.
It just wasn't lining up. But DJ Chase is going to do a great job. But
Are you going to come down tomorrow, though?
I'm not one to crash a high school dance that I wasn't invited to. I feel like
You're
that's
so
kind of
lame, Tyler. You're so lame.
I think that's a faux pas line I'm not willing to cross. So, and with that, great win for the Pioneer girls, and we will see you. Next time. Have a great night, and see you later on next week.